Welcome to Culture No Cap. I'm your host, Eric Spencer, along with co-host Reverend Eric Helton in the building. What's up, man?
What's up? What's up?
What's going on with you, man? How you been?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. A little tired, but that come with life. Other than that, I's eye.
Yeah, same, man. Well, it's back to school time,
It is.
right?
It's awful quick too.
I thought so too, man. Like the summer went fast.
Yeah, it's awful quick.
But like I said, we on the home stretch.
Yeah.
But I mean,
better them than me.
right. Exactly, man. So yeah. So what advice would you give these parents, man? Their kids going back to school, getting back in their new routine. What would you tell them?
Better you than me.
Good luck with that.
Whew, gotta hate your luck.
Man. Ooh, doing homework. Not them doing homework. Hopefully not parents not doing homework.
Yeah,
right?
But basically just stay on them. They'll reach a point, I don't care who you are, where they're at them grades where you can't do their homework. But make sure they're on it and that they make school a priority.
Yeah. And show up to them parent-teacher conferences. Go to a couple of them.
Yeah, don't just be the one who shows up at the games. You used to be, we didn't even do that. But don't just be the one who show up at the sporting events and be loud and obnoxious. Show some interest in your children's school work and their social climate at school. Be interested in that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
And better you than me.
And better you than us, for real. But yeah, so it's the end of summer. It's also the end of the Olympics. I know you didn't watch.
I watched the women's basketball this morning.
Great
and I watched the men. The gold medal match I had to listen to because I was on the road. But the semifinals, I watched that too. That's it.
Those some good games, man. U.S. 40 gold medals, 126 overall. I mean, you can't beat that. Plus, like you said, the U.S. basketball team, men and women, dominated. I mean, I was kind of rooting. Does it make it wrong for me to root for France? Because the men's game, I was actually going for the French team. Is that unpatriotic of me?
I think we need to have the FBI check you out.
For real. I thought about it. I was like, man, I'm not rooting for them.
Why?
I think because they had such an old team. You had Fournier on there and Batum, and I was just like, man, them dudes.
But they also had Wemby.
They had Wemby. And he was like really emotional, man. That guy, man. He really wanted to win for his country.
Hey, the U.S. had a bunch of old guys too.
Yeah, they did, but
their old guys were better.
Their old guys are way better. That's the difference.
Who was the MVP?
Should have been Steph.
That was not the question I asked you.
Should have been Steph. That's all I gotta say. You know who won MVP.
Who was the
MVP? Bron won it.
Yeah.
But
no, that's
Steph,
no but.
Steph was MVP. Anybody take a poll right now, everybody would say Steph was MVP. MVP of the whole
tournament. Of the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah, Steph stepped up them last two games. The whole tournament. Oh, it was LeBron.
LeBron did his thing, man, especially at 39 years old. I mean, I ain't taking away from Bron.
Best player ever played the game.
Yeah, I can't take it away. But at the same time, the women's game was way better. Sorry.
It was a good game.
Ooh, that was a good game. Shout out to Asia Wilson. Balling.
Now, I almost wanted France to win that.
And why is that?
It was so emotional.
They were crying.
Yeah, I mean,
now would you say that it means more to the foreign countries, the other countries besides the U.S., to win the Olympics than it does for us?
I think the reason for that is because you just expect the U.S. to roll the ball out there and win.
Why?
So it's because they've been so dominant for so long. So when they go out there, it's like everybody's playing for silver. That's what they believe. So But that makes people get behind the underdog because, I mean, the U.S. always wins.
Yeah. Yeah, we dominate. And then next time they had the Olympics will be in L.A., so that's going to be...
LeBron won't be MVP of that one.
He probably won't even be playing in that one.
That's why he won't be the MVP.
I'm about to say, he probably won't be playing in that one. I mean, come on.
Steph might get that one because he said he might play. But he did say that might have been his only shot at getting a gold medal because he might not play.
Right. Yeah, and shout out to the gymnastics team, women's gymnastics team. Gold, balling. They were good. Simone Biles. Well, I think will retire. I don't know. I got a feeling she won't be at the Los Angeles games either.
I mean, it'd be good to go out on top, but
yeah, why not?
When you're as good as she is already, do you really want to step away? It's hard for an athlete to step away. I don't care what they say at the top of their game.
Mm-hmm. So like it'd be easy to step out at the top, than on a losing streak. If you were losing, be like, all right, you know.
But sometimes you got to be kicked out. You got to be taken out, kicking and screaming. Ask President Biden. Sometimes you got to be kicked out.
There you go. And why are you gonna throw Joe in this, man? Try to see what I'm saying?
That's a perfect recent example of somebody who had to be kicked out.
What did he go out on top?
He went out as president.
He took one for the team. We was always talking about he was the injured player. He took one for the team, man. He stepped down because he was hurt.
Because he was going to give one to the team if he didn't step down.
Yeah, he was going to give one to the team. Another one. Right.
So,
but speaking of that, kind of drawing it back to the Olympics with Noah Lyles. You heard of him, track star. Cocky, just arrogant, but he's the fastest man in the world, at least at the 100. So the 200, he lost, and apparently he had COVID. Do you believe it?
It's crazy that they don't have to test or report. Oh, it was a perfect world for him. If I win, hey, I won and I had COVID. Look how much better I am than these people. If I lose, I had COVID. How could you expect me to win? I still got the bronze.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, he was just so arrogant, man. I mean, the kid is like, he's nice, but he can run, but come on, he's just so arrogant. I don't know, it's kind of root against him a little bit.
But see, a lot of people like arrogance in their athletes.
You got to have a little bit. You got to have some kind of arrogance and confidence to yourself to play on that level, right?
I think you got to have confidence. I don't know that you have to be arrogant.
What's the difference between confidence and arrogance then to you?
Confidence is you believe in yourself. You have and people can see that belief. Arrogant is you think your stuff don't stink and you're just better than everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Like LeBron, I don't think LeBron is arrogant. I think he's confident.
Yeah. Kobe was arrogant.
Kobe was arrogant and confident. He was both.
Yeah. I think in order to be arrogant, you have to be confident.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be, let me see. You don't have to be arrogant if you're confident. But if you're arrogant, you're already confident.
Mouthful.
Yeah.
Pause.
Write that down write that down and think about it later.
Yeah, that's one of them. But yeah, so yeah, he had COVID. And allegedly had COVID. People give him a hard time. I'm just like, man, that man could have really had COVID. It's still out here.
But see, when you shoot off your mouth like that, when things don't go your way, I mean, don't be not expecting to hear it.
Yeah. Oh, you gonna hear it.
I mean, you rolled with your built-in excuse. I had COVID. That's why I didn't do well. Had to take him off in a wheelchair. D-Rama.
I didn't see the wheelchair. They have on the mask and the wheelchair.
Mask. I can't remember if he had the mask.
Wow. I didn't know about the wheelchair.
Man.
Wow. Well,
now, if it was somebody like me that ran like that and they got in a wheelchair, they'd understand.
Because you'd be hurt.
I would have pulled up lame after 20 yards.
You would have broke an ankle or something. Right. You're right. Well, speaking of tragedy, Jonathan Majors, man. This man said he was heartbroken that they took his role away. And they actually replaced his role with the role of Robert Downey Jr. You familiar with Robert Downey, right?
Yeah.
So they took away the Kang character and replaced it with Dr. Doom, who's Robert Downey Jr.'s character. Now, you know the history of Robert Downey in the 90s, 80s. You know about him? What you know about him?
A little bit.
Yeah, he was a bit of a druggie. He was a dope head, crack, heroin. He didn't beat a woman up that we know of, but he did. He dabbled in drugs and robbery and stuff like that. But he was able to come out and he got past it. A redemption story.
It was the 80s.
So yeah, it was the 80s. And there wasn't a lot of video. I didn't see any video of Robert. I did see a video of Jonathan Majors.
Yeah. So I mean, in 2050, if Jonathan Majors is still wanting, if he still want these roles, then
he got a chance.
He got a chance. There'll be a redemption story. He can play the roles that old boy play now, Morgan Freeman.
Or he gonna just be a voice.
Yeah, Andy Dufresne. He can talk about Andy Dufresne.
He got the best voice. Morgan Freeman has the best voice. Like he has a godly voice.
So yeah. But you heartbroken. All this stuff has happened because you lost that role. You heartbroken.
Yeah, it was man. That was Disney. That's Disney, man. That ain't Tyler Perry. That's Disney.
That's to give him his next job.
Oh, Tyler gonna hire him.
He gave his girlfriend one.
He did. But man, that would be. Oh, I should say that. Would that be a downgrade?
You know it would be a downgrade.
Just because it's Tyler Perry versus Disney, right?
Yeah, you know it'd be a downgrade.
Would it? Or would it be a job? Or would it be a job?
Okay, yeah, it'd be a job.
Go from no job to a downgrade.
Oh, there's a lot of people. I know some folks who won't take a job.
So yeah, let's talk about a little bit about not about that, but about people like about the situation. Like, it's okay to take a low level like a Tyler Perry role if you don't have a job, as opposed to like, man, like I'm better than this, man. I was just in Marvel Comics. It's serious.
Okay.
How do you humble yourself to do that?
Sometimes you gotta sit back and think, why am I in this position?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I ain't had no issues and Tyler Perry called me and I'm still doing Disney, then I actually might talk to Tyler Perry just because of Tyler Perry.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel like I got to take that job.
You got options.
I got options. If I ain't got no options and Tyler is my only option.
What's the time period though? You gonna wait a year, 2 years?
It's gonna depend on your financial situation.
I mean, I ain't seen him in a movie since what's the Creed?
He might have invested well.
He could have. Hopefully, he did.
Yeah, depending on your financial situation. Like right now, for the Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb is holding out. He's under contract. The question becomes for him, once the season starts, is he willing to lose $1 million every week? How long can you afford to lose $1 million every week before you say, hey, I got to play? It's going to depend on your financial situation.
How much does pride play a role? Like some people with pride. What is pride? Yeah, like where does that play in?
You can't quantify it, but you got to realize sometimes I got to put that in my back pocket.
I don't don't know though, because I mean, you could downgrade your lifestyle and make it work.
And what are your responsibilities?
Right, that's important. I don't think he has any kids. He may. I don't know if he has any kids. Maybe.
Something like that. You can probably hold out a little longer.
Yeah, you got child support. That'll make you go ahead and take something.
Yeah, you better take something. Okay, Tyler, you call Tyler. You ain't even waiting on him to call you. You call him. Hey, brother, you want me to take off my shirt?
You know I got muscles.
How much will I get for taking off my shirt?
Oh, really? That much? I take off my pants too.
You me wear my drawers? Give me a little extra from my drawers too. Yeah,
I got you.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man. Just don't put on no dress. We do not want to see Jonathan Majors in a dress. I don't
want to.
Woo.
I don't want to.
I want to see him in a dress, but
okay. So, but at what point do you get so low where you say, "Hey, I'll do it"? Because we all got that tipping point.
I guess it's always, for most, it's probably the loss of your home.
Gotta do it.
That's just the way. You don't have a roof over your head. That's when you start, or when you about to lose the roof over your head. That's when you start thinking compromise.
Yeah, that'll do it. Because all of us got a tipping point.
Yeah, it might be his tipping point, or it could be. I don't know what it could be. But yeah, man, I feel bad for the guy because he really didn't do anything. To me, I just don't think he did anything major to lose, to be blackballed like that, besides being black.
Pause.
Pause.
White tears.
They got him. Man, they got him in a major way.
I mean, yeah.
Pun intended. Yeah, so, that's crazy.
You're like, okay, so I was found guilty of this. I know there's got to be some repercussions. Disney was not going to be the first one to hire him. Not Disney.
Well, hire him.
They might hire him down the road after somebody else does it. Disney wasn't going to be the first one.
Disney's different, man. Disney's Mickey Mouse. I mean, that's a wholesome brand, apparently. Supposedly.
Yeah,
allegedly. But yeah, he might want to go like Stars.
Oh yeah.
Go try to get on P-Valley.
I mean, because they're canceling all the darn power shows, so I don't know what they can do there.
Yeah. Speaking of moving on and getting new jobs, man, let's talk about old Tim Walz as the VP for Kamala Harris. How you feel about Tim?
He seemed to be okay guy.
Military guy, Coach Walz. Walz, we call him. How you
seem to be an okay guy.
Was he the best pick for Kamala?
I mean, for me, you got to win Pennsylvania.
That would have been Shapiro, right?
Yeah, you got to win Pennsylvania. And her reasoning for not picking him was kind of...
What was her reason for not picking Shapiro?
Their reasoning for picking Walz over Shapiro was because Walz has no desire to be president.
I guess it's a good thing to have somebody with lower ambition.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, some men or women like they people that have lower ambitions. Less pressure on them.
Yeah, why though?
I don't know. I'm just saying some real things.
Now, if it comes to a point where okay, he has these ambitions, so I don't trust him, then maybe that's the issue.
Yeah,
but I didn't hear that part.
But when you say that, to me, the VP is next in line to be the president.
So that means if something happened to me, what you gonna say? I don't want to do this job.
Yeah, don't you want somebody that has ambition to be president as vice president?
That's what I would think. If she loses Pennsylvania, she'll probably have some be like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Well, a lot of people have been disappointed she picked Walz over Shapiro because, like you said, Pennsylvania, and he was just a strong candidate.
Yeah,
His personality
he was too strong.
was too strong.
He was
For
too
the,
strong. He would. I guess her fear was he would have outshined her.
well, they think Tim might be outshining her a little bit on the campaign trail. He's a
Right
little
now because that's new. It's fresh.
new fresh face. Yeah,
And she
yeah,
needs him to, she really needs him to shine with older white men.
yeah. That's where I thought. That's what I thought she was trying to get is the Rust Belt, West Virginia, Ohio, those states. Try to get them with him, but apparently he was in the military, and his military background is kind of overshadowing that.
Yeah, come back to haunt him.
Now you explain this to me. I didn't know why there was a big uproar. What was the big deal with his military background?
Real the big deal was he had retired.
Mm-hmm.
He put in his retirement papers, and 2 months after that, his unit got deployed. There are a lot of people who were like, yeah, he knew, which is why he retired so he could run for office. So with him doing this, he pretty much dodged or he sold out his boys so he didn't have to go to combat.
Sound like a smart man.
Man served 24 years.
I mean, after 24, you don't put in your time.
You put in your time, you can, you can retire. Like the guy that was over him really upset with him for doing that because he was like, he knew we were going to go. He told me he was going to stay and he left. Man served 24 years.
So he's been called a coward, abandoning his boys, his troops.
Hey, but see, this ain't when you got a guy who dodged the draft because of bone spurs,
Trump.
leaving the other ticket, you might want to put the shut to the up and just leave it alone.
Yeah, yeah. But he never ran. I've never heard him run off a military anything. Well, because he can't, because he ain't really been in the military. Yeah, he can't.
You can't. All he can do is say they love me.
Yeah. But when you run off a military experience and these declarations, you got to be careful because they're going to run you background.
It makes them question your character. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, this wasn't a surprise to the Harris people because evidently he brought it up to them because he had to go through this when he was in Minnesota running for governor. This same issue came up. He won anyway.
Right.
So he warned them, and they still said, well, you don't want to be president, we'll pick you over Shapiro.
Yeah. Yeah, they want him to get the Midwest. I mean, I get it because he's got that. He's not Wisconsin. Where is he from? Minnesota area. They're how they're different there.
They are, but man, how they the same age?
Yeah, he's 60. He looks about 75. I'm not sure.
City miles. He got city miles.
Oh, it's city, not highway.
Yeah, he definitely got city miles.
It's rough, man. I'm like, God, she should have went. But I mean, I heard the reason she picked him was also because she just had this chemistry with him. Like,
they just fit together. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we'll see.
We'll see, man.
According to Trump, the vice president really doesn't matter anyway. I don't think I would say that. Even if it's a fact, I don't think I would say that out loud.
Yeah. Well, if it don't matter, let's talk about his creepy guy he picked. A.T. Vance shows up at the tarmac where Kamala's getting off the plane. And he wants to see what it looks like, make sure it's clean, because he's going to be in there next.
How thuggy is that?
Thuggy and creepy. I thought it was creepy. Like, this was a weirdo. He's like a weirdo, man.
Yeah. Man. And to me, you thought creepy. I thought bully.
Could be both.
Yeah, what do you think you're going to do? Come and scare her? She ain't going to be scared.
No.
Yeah,
but it was a bullying tactics of like you said, bully. Reminds you of Trump. That's Trump-esque.
he's Trump Jr. He is really little Trump.
Yeah. It's crazy. He just showed up.
We can see why Trump picked him because, I mean, it's not like he's going to bring new voters to Trump, but Trump can see himself in him. And that's arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
But I like him because he's like me.
Yeah. But it's become like your favorite sport. I don't know if it's your favorite sport, but wrestling. It's sort of like a wrestling type mentality, showing up and getting on the mic. Yeah, she hadn't addressed your questions. She hadn't talked to the reporters yet and all this stuff. It just seems childish also. Go ahead.
So wrestling is sports entertainment.
Well, your favorite sports entertainment then.
Yeah, that's all I know for sports entertainment. So yeah, it's got to be my favorite. Yeah, that's all it is. They just shooting out their mouth. They cutting promos on one another. And the only thing we hear about from Trump is the border. And the only thing we hear about from Kamala is women's reproductive rights.
Where do the men fit in here? Like, where do the men fit in with?
Well, men can't have abortions because they can't make babies.
True.
So that don't apply to the men.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the baby daddies who don't want to have no babies. I'd be like, look, who you gonna keep it?
Yeah. She's on that. Now she's on that reproductive right. That's the major key point. But where they're going against her, we're talking about. I know you heard this being thrown around. The keywords are identity politics. Identity politics.
What do that mean?
What it means is you're voting for someone by their race, their gender, their religious background. You're not voting on them because of policy. It's based on their identity, what they identify.
I think really that is, what's the word I'm looking for? I think that's giving her the short end of the stick. I think that there are some people who will vote for her because of her policies. Because, some people believe the way she believes. There are some who will vote for her because she's a woman. There are some who will vote for her because she's black. That, I would say is identity politics. But I don't think that people will just vote for her because she's a black woman. I think people will vote for her because she's not an orange man.
Right. Good point. But don't you think identity politics has been around, I would say at least since Obama, because before they were all white men and everybody was the same.
Yeah, now, before that, we had no options.
We had no option. Now we have options. So it is identity politics. And I don't have a problem with it, to be honest with you.
I have a problem with you labeling it because because like you said, it started with Obama because everybody else was a white man.
Mm-hmm.
So when Obama gets elected, it's because he's black.
Yeah. But we know that's not the case because we always go to Iowa.
Yeah. And black people, ain't enough black people in America that can vote him in if white people ain't voting for him.
Right. So they are blaming, like you said, we're not going to go back to last week, but they're saying her using her race and her ethnicity. She's mixed race. She's Indian and black.
Well, I mean, I've always known her to be Indian.
Oh, she just turned black.
Yeah, black. When she turned black.
It's all of a sudden, huh?
Yeah, I don't know when she became black. This guy, man.
Well, everybody's questioning her and also questioning what she's done for black people. That's like, what has she done for black people? We're going to play a little bit of what she's done for black people. Let's play it.
Kamala Harris has undertaken several initiatives and actions that have aimed to benefit Black Americans, both as a U.S. Senator and as Vice President. As a U.S. Senator, advocating for criminal justice reform. First Step Act, Harris supported the bipartisan First Step Act, which aimed to reform the criminal justice system, including reducing mandatory minimum sentences for nonviolent drug offenses, which disproportionately affect Black communities. Anti-lynching legislation. Harris co-sponsored the Justice for Victims of Lynching Act, which aimed to make lynching a federal hate crime, Justice in Policing Act. Harris co-authored this comprehensive police reform bill, which includes measures to ban chokeholds, establish a national database of police misconduct, and end qualified immunity for law enforcement officers. Harris introduced the LIFT, Livable Incomes for Families Today, the Middle Class Act, which proposed a tax credit that would benefit low and middle income families, including many Black families.
So she did some things. She was a part of many, many pieces of legislation that helped Black people to this day.
She still ain't Black.
There you go. That's what she.
But I'm like, that's all y'all got, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot.
She did a lot.
She did a lot. So will people remember that? Especially
you have to bring it to their remembrance. If she don't bring it to their remembrance, they won't. And if they don't want to like her, they're gonna say what I just said. She still ain't Black.
I'm waiting. Do you think she'll ever clear that up? You think she'll address her race or her ethnicity?
I think at some point, if this debate goes on, yeah, she's gonna have to, because he's gonna say she ain't Black.
Would that be smart on his part to even bring that up at the?
Do you expect him to do anything smart? This debate is off script.
It is, but I mean, he has to be strategic in a way. I mean, if he brings that up, it could open a whole can for him. Like it could get.
I'm surprised he's gonna debate her.
Really?
Yeah, I'm surprised he's gonna debate her.
Well, he has to. He can't run from her. What would that look like?
They look like he was smart. Of course, they'll say he's scared, and that's what they get. That's what they did to him. They pulled his punk card. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, well, I'll debate you. Well, let's debate on Fox. Let's debate on NBC. Let's go ahead and
ABC. I think they sound like 4. I think it's like 4 debates coming up. I mean,
they punked him into it,
but he got to do it. He got to do it, man. And like I said, he's September 10th is the first one. Man, I can't wait. This is gonna be an event.
It's gonna be must-see TV.
Must-see TV, definitely, man.
And so I don't see her doing like Joey did.
Oh God, please no. I mean, I hope not. She seems like she'll be. We've seen her debate. She's good.
Yeah, and she's quick on the toes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll be interesting.
It'll be very interesting, man. But if they bring up the crowd size, they talking about King. Here's what he said.
Spoken to crowds bigger than me. If you look at Martin Luther King, when he did his speech, his great speech, and you look at ours, same real estate, same everything, same number of people, if not, we had more. And they said he had 1 million people, but I had 25,000 people. But when you look at the exact same picture, and everything's the same because it was the fountains, the whole thing, all the way back to from Lincoln to Washington, and you look at it, and you look at the picture of his crowd, my brother, we actually had more people. Nope.
This man even goes, he in battle with Dr. Martin Luther King. He had more people at his speech than Martin Luther King had at the March on Washington.
Mine is bigger than yours.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Mine is bigger than yours, whole thing. That's him. Like, why?
But once again, I'm amazed that people support this guy because he's like a caricature of a person.
He is a caricature. Yes.
He's a Saturday Night Live character.
Uh-huh.
And you got people just
Like, why does it even matter? What does this mean? What I know numbers. He's a numbers person, and numbers and figures and money.
He's overcompensating.
Overcompensating for his lack of
something.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Something.
That's it. Because who else has gotten so concerned with crowd size? I had more people than Obama. Now he poking at Dr. King.
Yeah. Well, that was his whole thing in the numbers game. He's talking about how many people showed up here and how many people showed up there, so he could discredit the presidential race. There's no way he could have beat me. There's no way.
Yeah, look at these numbers. Their numbers are wrong. You see the numbers that they're getting for that? When I know what my numbers are, so these votes can't be right.
Yeah.
He's setting the stage.
He's setting the stage, man. And
if people that are dumb enough to, the only states that were wrong were the ones he lost in.
Figure that.
Yeah, something doesn't make sense there, dog.
Well, he met with the black journalist the other week, and kind of rubbed black women the wrong way. But there comes some women up there; they want to support this man. Have you?
How any woman can support him is amazing to me.
Yeah, but have you heard of Michaela
Michaela
Montgomery? Have you heard of her?
No, I never heard of her.
Oh, really? Listen to this. You're gonna be.
This one is so smart, so sharp. She grabbed me. She gave me a kiss. I said, I think I'm never going back home to the First Lady.
Right.
See, now, for the average politician, that's death. For me, I don't care.
The left wants you to get in your feelings about things that have been said, but I want you guys to pay attention to what has been done. They don't want to talk policy. They just want to use propaganda to steal your vote. The left is trying to tout this woman as a savior for the black community. All she's done is hurt the black community.
Her. You know who she is now?
That fraud, yeah.
Yeah, what did you think when you saw her, man?
What is wrong with her? I mean, I look, when I see them red hats going through in the Walmart, I think, what is wrong with you?
You see some black people with red hats?
Any people with them red hats.
Any people with red hats. Oh, okay.
What is wrong with you? I mean, and like I said, he said what he said. He's like, other people, they get him. I can pretty much say whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm never going back to the First Lady. First off, she's the third lady, but
and she's probably not there for you to go back to.
Yeah, she probably didn't shed any tears when she heard you say,
"Take him, have him,
please take him."
So this lady, man, she's being used.
Yes,
I mean, let's just be honest. She's a prop. He uses people. People are props. Everybody around here is a pawn, a prop. That's what they are in his world. She's no different.
And I don't get it. I keep telling you, there's a person attached to those policies. That person is unbearable.
Yeah.
So I can't. Nope.
So many people went after her on social media, and they use the C word, not that C word.
Oh,
the coon word. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I was about to say, wait a minute, there's another C word that we don't really even use that one.
I mean, sometimes.
Yeah, but we don't use that one.
No, we don't use that one.
Most of white people use that one. We don't use that one.
I've been mad, but
really, you use that one?
One time.
I've never used it.
At a bar. I did one time at a bar.
Yeah.
Boy, I never seen somebody get so mad. That's real. I just want to test it out, honestly. It works. It's a very bad word. Boy, man, that's like the N word.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, I've never used it, but
one time, my wife was like, I can't believe you said that to her. And it was a racial moment. So
I mean, so you had to use something, huh?
Yeah, that's the one pulled out my pocket. It was
couldn't have used honky.
I could have. That would have been weird.
She'd have laughed.
That's not in my back pocket.
Yeah, but that one was.
It was. I had a couple drinks.
I mean, did you think? Yeah, I'm gonna say this.
No, it was just like it just came out of me. I was so mad. I was like, yeah.
Wow.
And it like I swear the whole bar went silent. The music went.
You mean
Yeah.
he said? Was
Yeah.
it something I said?
Yeah, and when you put a little extra before it,
Yeah, like an F word in front of it.
Yeah. But anyway, let's get back to this lady. Enough about me. Let's get back to this. Nah, but seriously, she been used, man, and she was attacked, and I'm like, I don't care who you vote for, but just don't be
used.
Don't be used, man.
Yeah, I mean, you can vote for who you want to vote for. That's what you're gonna do anyway. But yeah, don't unless you're getting paid for it. How much you getting paid for?
Oh, I'm sure she getting paid now. We know, it's some money involved.
Yeah, so now we talk about a tipping point. Yeah, I just don't see it.
Not even money.
Yeah, I don't even see it. No.
Somebody gave you $1 million today and was like, hey, I just want you to go up there, just say some kind words about President Trump. And here's a couple million. Would you do it?
I can honestly tell you that former President Trump has 2 ears and the other one is not scarred. And he tans real well. And he's able to make you think that on his head is real. Thank you. God bless the USA.
Give me my 2 million, right?
Yep.
So you could do it.
Hey, but that's what I'd say.
Hey,
I sure ain't gonna tell you vote for him.
For 2 million, they're gonna have a script for you. You see, I ain't gonna go there. You see the RNC? There's some scripts involved.
Yo, there's definitely scripts involved.
Okay. They can hand you a script. Can they hand you a script for 2 million and say, read this?
They can hand me a script.
Read this. It has to be read exactly like this.
He goes off script. I'm just following your leader.
2 million. 2 million.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. And after I say what I say, I can go on with my life. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. I can say what you want me to say, and then afterwards, I can say how I really feel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just take that money. Get the bag.
Yeah, give me your money. That's 2 million you ain't giving for somebody who's gonna promote you. And then 2 days later, I'm gonna be like, I changed my mind.
Yeah, I changed my mind. I don't like him. I mean, JD did it.
He sure did. I wouldn't even call him Hitler.
Yeah, he called him Hitler. He's his running mate. I mean, there is a redemption story.
Yeah, hey, so yeah, who's to say? Yeah, I take money.
Okay. I thought you might, but I was like, maybe. I don't know.
I'd take the money.
I would. Yeah, I'd take the money.
I'd take the money as long as there were no stipulations that I couldn't speak out afterwards. So, but I'm not gonna ask, because if they give me a contract and something to read for $2 million, I'm not gonna say, so after this, can I say what I want? Because then they're gonna know you're about to get us. And they're gonna add it to the contract.
Yeah. So what about 10 million? You got to read from the script, and they have to walk with you in the booth, and you have to vote for them. Ooh, could you do that? You have to vote for them. They watch you vote for him. 10 million.
But do I still get to speak?
Yeah, you can still speak.
I can still say what I want to say.
But you still have to vote for him.
Okay.
You do that for 10 million?
Yeah, because I'm gonna report it because you just bought a vote.
Oh,
gotcha.
There you go. He paid me to vote for him.
You really gonna be mad. You out of 10 million and you going to jail.
It's rigged. It's rigged.
Yeah, do it.
Oh man, it's rigged. That's crazy.
It's funny because we'll all say what we won't do.
Yeah.
Somebody give you, 10 million cash. I mean, no check. I ain't dealing with no check. They put $10 million in front of you. What will you do?
It's serious, man. Money will make you. I don't even say money and power.
Yep.
Power, likes and subscribers.
Yeah, that's where they do it now. You got it, did you? Go ahead.
Yeah. Subscribers, man. Make sure you subscribe and like, by the way. Yeah, that's what you want, right?
Yeah. I mean, we say, they put that real money in front of you. You don't really know what you'll do.
You see it all the time. You see it with all these YouTubers. You think John, what's his name? Tatum, Officer Tatum. You think he really believes everything he says?
No.
You think I don't either.
No.
I don't either. He just has to really cater to his audience.
These are the people that like, subscribe. These are the people who donate,
buy t-shirts. Yeah.
Let me make them happy. But man, you're such a hypocrite when you do that, though.
It's selling your soul, man. To me, that's like selling your soul. You're not really being true to yourself.
That's it. You're just doing it for the MONEY.
Yeah, because don't you feel like when you come on this show, you feel like you're being you? Like you're talking. It's stuff we say outside off this mic. We talk about.
Yeah,
in this
95% me. 5% I can't say certain words.
Oh well, yeah. 5% censorship stuff. I don't have to so we can.
But what I say to you on here is we'll talk about the same stuff off here.
Exactly. No hold. We agree, disagree sometimes. It's just life.
But so if either people like it or they don't.
Mm-hmm.
But these guys, they want to make sure everything is formed, and they'll say some things that they just don't believe. You can't make me believe they believe it. Just to keep their people happy.
And that's identity politics.
That's identity politics.
That's what that is. That's really what that is, man. You can't even say how you really feel because it will make somebody mad.
Yeah, I can't help that. I can't.
Yeah.
When I say mouth gets in the way.
Yeah. When I say, hey, we probably should vote for Kamala, and then I can say, hey, I really don't like the Democratic Party. I really feel that way.
Exactly. And you know what? Because I don't like Trump.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got a Republicans for Kamala out now.
Republicans for Kamala? Oh, they got a new group?
Yeah.
Oh, they turned it back on Trump.
Yeah. They showed the mayor of, I forgot where it was. It might have been somewhere in Wisconsin. And he was like, we need to get him out so we can have our party back.
Now I like to see those ads, man. I saw one on with Josh Stein, a former Republican voter who backed him. It was like her son had overdosed. I was like, this is really, it hits different when somebody crosses the line. Mm-hmm.
That's it. And these are the type of people that we need, people who are able to bring people across. Right now, we really, even Kamala, she's not bad. She's definitely not bad.
Nah.
You got people who are leaving because of Trump, but there's nothing that's happening to reach across and try to bring them. It's just this guy's been so offensive for so long that a lot of people upset. Enough is enough.
Yeah, enough is enough, man. So,
I'm down with enough is enough.
Enough is enough, man. What's her slogan? I forgot what her slogan is.
I know they always saying we're not going back, but I don't know.
We win if we fight or something like that. We fight, we win. We win, we fight. That's it. I think that's it. You don't know? It's something like that, man. Protect your uterus. That's what it should be. Wake up, man. Protect your uterus.
I ain't got no uterus.
Again, when they gonna speak to the men? I'm gonna say this every week.
Your prostate.
When is she gonna speak to the men? When?
That's what you got Tim for now.
Coach.
Yeah, that's what you got him for.
I hope he does.
I got to speak to him. I got him.
Tim Walz.
Because they might not listen to me because I'm a woman.
Yeah. So again, like I said, I'm independent. You're independent. We talk about the liberals. We talk about the conservatives. But a man this really smarter than most. Talked about this years ago. You may know who he is.
I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear.
Body, yada, 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 yada. That sound familiar?
Yeah, it sounds like Malcolm.
Yeah, it sounds like Malcolm. It is Malcolm. And he's talking about the use of celebrities to push political agendas.
Yeah, because it's like, then the way he shows, it's like that's what we look up to.
You know we do.
It is. I mean, and look how long ago that was.
That was what, 60?
He been dead for a hot minute.
Yeah, that was like it's like 62, 63. Yeah. And it's 2024. Same thing going on.
Yeah, 60 years later.
Mm-hmm. Same thing.
So do we need to, I mean, I don't know how we change that. These celebrities have fame, and that fame makes people look up to them. And I don't know, man. I don't know how we fix it. I don't know.
Well, or do we need to fix it or just make sure our message is clear and conducive to what we really want? Like everybody just can't be speaking on, like Megan, not picking on Megan a little bit. She can't be the face, the voice for the Democratic Party when it comes to black people.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree, because it would seem like we should want, gotta be careful how I say it. We should want a different image.
Yeah. We should. But they're not out. But they're not out there in hip hop like that. They are, but they're not. They don't want to put hip hop. I mean, they're older. Like
I'm saying, do we have to look at hip hop? Aren't there other sections or segments of our community that can be leaders as opposed to entertainers?
Well, we have the black church. Would be probably number 2. No offense, but I'm just saying, you got hip hop culture, you have the black church,
and the black church has the power that it had.
When it had the power. We talked about that months ago. How they lost.
And part of that is because a lot of your new leadership does not have a foundation in the church. Whereas back in the day, everything was flowing out of the black church. All the fights, as far as the fights for justice, things like that, at its core came from the black church. They rooted out from that. Now we don't have that.
And why do you think that is again?
It's a church problem.
Okay.
It's a church problem because church has become more about self than the world. And if you speak about what's going on in the world, people in the church will tell you, well, you don't want to be political. That's what the church has always been. So it's like now we don't have a concern for it, but we watch the world and all this stuff go on, and we wonder why it can't change, but you don't want the church to talk about it.
That's tough.
Yeah, so I don't
Do you feel
know
like the church? Do you feel like the church has opened its doors to too many
to everything,
leaders?
to everything. No, the church has opened its door to everything,
Yeah.
and I think we've got leaders who have now become more about self than anything else. It's no longer about spreading the gospel. It's about making my name big. Now, if I can do some gospel stuff to make my name big, then that's what I'm gonna do.
That don't sound good. Don't seem right.
It's not right. And then when you reach a church, when you know that certain things are not biblical, but you let those non-biblical things in because you're trying to please people, the church loses its power.
Can it get back to where to the way it was? Is that possible?
Oh, it always can. Will it? I don't know, man. I don't know, because the whole popularity of preachers and stuff has gone up so much. They're not going to compromise. They're going to compromise so they don't compromise their money.
Yeah.
Because they're going to say whatever they can say and do whatever they can do to make sure everybody is happy. So that means I'm not going to talk about certain things. That means I'm not going to call you out on this. That means I'm going to act like this is okay. Even though I know the Bible speaks against this, I'm going to act like it's all right. Because there's a lot of y'all, and y'all need church too. So I want your money.
That's awful, man, because that used to be the cornerstone, the foundation of the Black community.
Yeah,
Black church.
Now that it no longer is, now we gotta look at Meg. We gotta look at Snoop. And Snoop I'm gonna tell you what, Snoop is not gonna try to lead no Black community because he's making too much money with everybody else.
Yeah. It's sad. I was watching this pastor. His last name is Penn. He went live earlier today. He's from the area. And he was talking about he was in a barbershop, and he said that a young man in there said that 18 and under, or maybe 25 and under of the youth couldn't recite the Lord's Prayer.
That's crazy.
And I was like, wow, that's like the basics.
Yeah, that's crazy. We even did that in football.
They probably can't do it anymore. A lot of schools. It's probably not allowed. You think about it.
Crazy.
But I was like, man, I didn't think that's like, that's what brings me to that question. You think that preachers need to go back to the basics and stop getting into stuff that, like politics, for instance, or worldly things, that they need to get back to the basics of the essence of what God is and church is.
But you also have a responsibility to speak to what's going on in your area. Think about the preachers back in the day in the scripture. When there's problems, they're speaking out about the problems.
Yeah.
It's just now we don't want to speak about it because it's going to make somebody mad.
Yeah, okay. That's true.
Guess what? They was getting mad at them back then too, but they still did it.
Yeah. But the Lord's Prayer is basic, and that's the parents' fault too, though. The parents aren't in the church like that.
Yeah, that's what happens. They don't have that foundation. So how can you teach somebody about something that you don't know? Which is what kind of when you're saying your friend got upset because Trump had the opportunity to lead people to Christ. Right. Well, he can't lead people to somebody he don't know.
Yeah. What's his relationship like other than
what he's other than I love Christians. I'm a Christian. So yeah, if parents don't have that relationship, how they gonna teach their kids? Yeah. Because the parents probably know it, but they don't see the necessity to teach it to them. Now
And
the
would
next
you?
generation, when they have kids, they ain't gonna know it at all.
That's gonna be null and void, like nowhere.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this: do you think if there was a president that was an actual a minister, even or a Christian, how do you think that would go over well with the community, like with
I
the
don't think
world?
you could win.
Just because he's a open Christian.
If he runs because he's a minister, well, because there are certain subjects that if they ask him about, it's going to alienate a whole block of voters.
Yeah. Right away. Abortion.
Yeah, he couldn't abortion, LGBTQ.
Yeah.
He's going to alienate whole block. Look at that. See, abortion, he speak out against this, he's going to alienate the right.
Mm-hmm.
LGBTQ, he speak out against this, he's going to alienate the left.
Yeah, he would. He couldn't win.
He couldn't win.
He would have to be an independent, which is sad because that's what the right bases their whole thing on is Christian values, right?
The independents can't win anyway. So, yeah, he wouldn't win.
Yeah. That's tough. That's a tough position, man. But I do think that there are some values that are missing, and they're just not there in politics. I mean, they're just not.
Absolutely.
And people hide behind the conservative identity of the Republican Party, hide behind it and say God wants Trump to win, and God don't know. Trump.
Yeah, y'all don't know what God wants.
You know what God wants, and I'm sure he don't. He got bigger fish to fry than.
And I've told you, if that's what God wants, he might just be giving us what we deserve.
Could be that too. Yeah, you're exactly right.
Because we have surely moved away from him. So yeah, if you didn't think God wants Trump in office, he might be putting him there to get us.
Yeah, and there does need to be a point, I think, where we need to get back to common sense politics. But I don't think it's there on either side at this point.
It's not.
It's common sense.
I'm gonna throw a rock at you. You're gonna throw a rock at me.
It's WWE, man. That's what it is.
But like I said last week, though, if I was her, he throwing rocks. I'm gonna throw rocks too.
Oh, it's gonna get ugly. It's might be the ugliest election we've ever seen. I hope it was nothing violent, but I think it'll get ugly.
Ain't you glad that Trump and Obama never ran against each other?
I mean, this is probably the equivalent of that. I think.
Yeah. But I mean, that might have shut the country down.
Yeah. Yeah, this is to the point because you have we say good versus evil. You have man versus woman. You have black versus black and Indian versus white and orange. Like you got the whole thing.
But she's not as weird. She's not as compelling as Obama was.
She's not. She's not convincing and compelling. No, she's definitely not.
But then it might be what she ain't been running, but with 3-4 weeks now.
Yeah, she got a little spunk to her. I will say that she got some energy.
Yeah, she does.
Tim, I think he's gonna be he's gonna be something to deal with his attitude and.
He does have some vigor to him though.
Yeah,
it was only 60. He don't look it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's going to be a little bit of spit and fire coming out of both camps.
It is. Well, I said this could get ugly, man. I mean, I'll pray it doesn't get that ugly, but it's going to come down to November's going to be. I'm going to say here on out.
Yeah, it's going to be crucial. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
We're going to see, man. But, well. We talk politics. We said we weren't going to talk a whole lot of politics anymore. So I'll try to add some.
We lied. So go ahead.
We lied. We still on it. But I do want to ask you this, man. We hip hop fans. Do you think that there needs to be a separate category? And I'm play this for you.
Should we be separating music that is made by older rappers and call it like adult contemporary, like other genres do, and then separate it from the younger artists? Why?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I really do.
Really? Why?
Because then it's these older artists who have their styles, and they're not trying to conform to this stuff they're doing today. So
Right.
if I'm gonna listen to a Rakim album, I'm gonna listen to the Rakim I'm used to,
Yeah.
not this one long song he got as an album.
But that's been happening though. Yeah, Rakim come out. You have LL coming out, I think, week after next. You got MC Light coming out with a new album. All these older artists are like, hey, I still got it. But why they gotta compete with Meg and all these newer artists? And it's not fair, right?
They should have their own thing. I'm good with that.
Yeah,
I'm good with that, especially if they make what we used to.
Yeah, they could. They could like feel free to make what they used to make, and still make money.
Like MC like Cha Cha Cha.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be nice?
They trying to. We'll see.
Well, so it could happen. Rock does it. They have adult contemporary rock. They got soft rock. They got all these versions of rock. They're not competing with anybody. Taylor Swift don't have to compete.
Let's have the AARP division of rap. I'm good with it.
You good with that? I knew you would be. I knew you would be. When I saw it, I thought about it. I'm like, I know he's gonna like this.
I'm good with it. You got any? I know you got AARP letters by now.
You
done got them too. You might not open them.
You don't get them till you about 50, man. I think you turn 50, you get them. You 53, right?
My wife done got them.
No, she has not.
Mm-hmm.
That's
why I know you got them.
I don't know, man. What does it say? What does it say? Give you some deals. Oh, you don't want
to. It has AARP on the outside.
You just throw them in the trash, huh?
Yeah, I ain't reading that mess.
It might be a check in there, man.
I'm probably missing out on all kinds of discounts.
Right.
But you don't want to admit you're old.
Because I think you can't start getting it till you like, what, 60?
55 or 60.
Whoa, 55.
55. I mean, I might open the next one and get out.
You better start opening. You closer to 55 now. Start opening them letters.
Yeah, I'll start opening them. I'll be throwing all that.
Might be some coupons in there for Cracker Barrel or somebody.
Hey, I ain't going to no Canes and Walkers.
Why you don't like Canes and Walkers, man? That's like the cafeteria.
Something like that. I just don't like it.
I don't like cafeteria style food at all. I just don't.
Maybe that's it. Yeah, I just don't like it. And then I get mad because you got to pay for everything.
I like heart. Yeah, I don't like that either.
Why can't I just get a meal?
You can. You got to make it. You got to pick, and they got to be in little bowls on your tray. All these little bowls. I'm like, man, just one plate.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't like
Canes and Walkers has not been my thing, man.
Yeah, they got a C and H. That's different. Anything with initials though is usually like.
Yeah, you're like, man, I might not want to deal with that. Where is CNH?
Kernersville.
It's like it though, ain't it?
A lot of people say it's better than KW though. I think it's the same. I mean, it's the same cafeteria style. People, they dump the big cans in the big cans of beans in the container.
But do you eat buffet? You probably don't.
I ain't been to Golden Corral in a while. I liked it though. I eat it.
My wife don't really like it, and we went there a few times for breakfast, just to go. But it's like you can't, after you go there, you gotta go home.
Oh yeah.
Good. You're gonna be sitting down for a little bit.
Yeah. I'm not a big. It's okay. Breakfast will be better, I guess.
Yeah, but you don't really like breakfast food anyway, though.
I don't really like breakfast food, but I did like Shoney's back in the day. Remember Shoney's?
Yes.
That was a good buffet.
Yeah. I've been trying to find Shoney's here lately. I've been trying to find one.
They have one. They have one right over the line. Go towards Virginia.
What part of Virginia?
Whitfield. Withville, you going up. There's a Shoney's up there. 81 on 81. Ain't too far from you. Yeah.
In there?
And yeah, they used to have one in Greensboro for a long time. On 68. We used to hit they weigh your food. You get it to go.
Man, nah, I don't want to get buffet to go. I'm gonna feel cheated.
You will feel cheated. You will feel cheated. Yeah, you will feel cheated. How do we get on this? How do we get on this? Oh, AARP. Yeah, AARP.
How do we get on AARP?
There's a hip hop. So hip hop.
Oh, okay.
Change it. Yeah. So you got LL coming out. How do you feel about LL coming out with a new album at 55?
Well, he never left the name. You know, the name LL, he didn't go to James Todd Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Even as an actor, he's LL Cool J. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, other folk doing it.
He still got something to say.
Yeah, well, it just seemed like, oh, you got something to say now that your show's been canceled.
Oh, this show get canceled? I didn't know that.
Well, it was on forever though.
Not SWAT. What's it called?
NCIS Los Angeles.
NCIS, yeah.
And then they actually moved him to Hawaii, the NCIS Hawaii, but they canceled that too. So now you got something to say now that the show's been canceled, or yeah, why you got something to say now?
Yeah. I don't know. You got LA, you got Will Smith coming out with a new album, MC Light coming. It's like the old yeah, they got something to say, man. Rakim got one out.
That's a mess.
You didn't like it. I liked it, man. I kind of liked it.
Every song sound the same.
I think I wanted to like it.
You wanted to like it because every song sounds the same.
Yeah. Yeah. But Rakim don't cuss either. That's interesting to me still. Yeah, people on the song cussing.
Yeah.
Like,
every song sounds the same.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. But I do think it's a good idea to separate them, man, because it's like R&B does it too, by the way. You got adult contemporary R&B.
Yeah.
And then
old folk.
Yeah, and then you got Chris Brown, R&B.
Yeah.
It needs to be like that.
Yeah,
right?
They need the AARP section.
Yeah.
So they get the coupons.
They get the coupons.
And figure out how you got into that part of the conversation.
Right. We were like, how we get there? KNW. How?
Yeah, ain't my thing, dog. Ain't my thing.
Yeah. Well, another thing, man, coming up is football season, man. It's preseason. We headed into the season in a couple weeks. How you feel about your Cowboys? Honestly.
Next question, please.
Oh, really? Feel that good? Well,
here's the thing.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are really, the Jones family is really showing, hey, we don't care about winning because y'all gonna keep paying for stuff. You don't get no free agents because you say we don't have the money because we got to sign our guys. You don't sign your guys because you say we don't have the money. You prefaced all of that by saying we going all in this offseason. Is all in losing 3 starters on your offensive line?
Well, I mean,
is all in not re-signing your quarterback? So now he's playing on a contract year, which if you'd have paid him before, you wouldn't be worried about having to pay him $60 million now. Is all in not extending your wide receiver? Is all in bringing back Zeke, who's my size, to be your running back?
Yeah, he about your size. I mean, that's the Cowboys being the Cowboys, man. Every year is something.
But this year is worse.
Yeah, I hadn't heard a lot from y'all.
Yeah, this is the first year that he has truly broken a lot of Cowboy fans. And it's all his fault with saying the whole all-in thing. For some reason, people believed he was going to get some people. You got Derrick Henry with a house in Dallas, and you don't even call him.
That would have been a great pick for y'all. I'm shocked. We tried to get him.
But here, let's call Zeke.
Yeah. Oh, Zeke. Oh, Winnie the Pooh Zeke.
So as you can tell, I'm not looking very forward to the football season. Why? Because I know even with all of that, they'll win somewhere around 10 to 12 games.
Yeah.
They'll win them and either be on the verge of the playoffs or right at the edge. And you know what? That means you don't get a high draft pick. So you go through that same cycle. Nope, not excited at all. This is the year that the Eagles will win the division because nobody wins it 2 times in a row.
Yeah, let's get I'm glad you asked.
I didn't ask.
I know you did. I know you didn't. But how do I feel about my Eagles? Man, I feel great. This is the year. We will win the East, but I think this is our year that we will make it back to the Super Bowl. I think we can beat Mahomes.
You sound like a Cowboy fan.
I think it's the year, man. I'm being serious.
Why? Because y'all got Saquon?
We got Saquon. We needed a running threat besides Jalen Hurts, and we got one. And
y'all gonna let Jalen get along with Sirianni?
I think they've squashed their beef. Finally,
He gonna get AJ to behave on the sideline.
Hey, you gotta let AJ be AJ. He's a receiver. You know they divas. They divas, man. They divas. The receivers are divas. Point me to a receiver on any team, he's a diva. Right? He's gone. But
he ain't going.
He ain't gone.
He's hanging. He's in Cleveland, but he's holding out right now.
Oh, he went back to Cleveland.
Yeah,
when he went y'all 1 year.
He was with us a couple years, and then Jerry traded him for a 5th round pick to Cleveland. A 5th round pick.
Right, I remember that. Now I remember.
Dummy, just a big old dummy. Dumb.
Yeah. But it's here, man. It's time. It's football. I'm excited, man. I'm excited about it. And you got college football too. You can't forget about college. How do you feel that Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes will do this year?
They said Coach Prime was arguing with people, reporters the other day.
Yeah.
About his offensive line.
Yeah.
Well, I know from what I hear, if it's any indication to what NCAA football 25 is, they're gonna suck.
Yeah, I tried to play with them too. Not good. I stopped that game. But yeah.
He got 2 of the best players, but it's 11 on there at a time.
So let me ask you this. Go ahead.
If you outnumber 9-2 in talent, you ain't gonna win a lot.
But would a hype still be around this team moving forward like it was last year?
It depends on their first couple games.
So they win the first
game, yeah, and it don't matter who it's against. The hype will start back.
People would go to Colorado, all the rappers and everybody go back.
But by the time they lose that 3rd game, Deion might as well either be dug in or start looking somewhere else and say, look, we got to get, okay, now everybody's eyes are going to be off us. Now we can grow. We can get better without having all this spotlight.
Mm-hmm. But the spotlight is where Deion shines.
That's his thing, the spotlight.
Can he survive without the spotlight?
Nah, it's going to be rough on him. Yeah, that's Prime's thing. Put me in the lights.
He love the lights, man. He love the lights. If they take the spotlight, man, he might as well just go back to Jackson State somewhere.
They don't want him back now.
I know. Oh, God.
I guarantee you it's a HBCU that would say, okay, come on, Deion. Get us this spotlight. Get us this money.
Mm-hmm. Because anywhere he go, he going to draw attention and money.
Yep. Money will make them compromise. And, it's nobody But well, because he was that way as a player. You've got other former players that coach, and it's not like that around him. But that's Dion. That's him. That's his persona. That's what he does.
Yeah, they got to win the first. I give him the first 3 games. They'll win, and then I think
get some hype coming back.
He get some hype. He got to have some rappers there. You got to have at least Weezy F baby.
Why?
Yeah, to a Snoop.
Don't nobody want to go to Colorado. He the only reason people want to go there.
Yeah, Colorado hadn't been good for athletes.
Yeah, man. Kobe, ask Kobe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, don't ask him. I don't want you to be talking to him no time soon.
Right. I want to ask him.
But yeah, man, I don't.
Yeah, it's rough, man. Speaking of Snoop, man, so let's talk about rebranding real quick. The rebranding of the rapper Snoop Dogg. You gotta admit, he has become so wholesome.
Right? Life,
isn't he?
Yeah.
The rebrand of
Snoop life.
I mean, he was the spokesperson for the Olympics.
That's crazy. And he got paid what? $500,000 for every event that he showed up at.
That's what they say. Every event, $5,000. Is it 5,000?
I thought it was 500,000.
It's 500,000. Yeah, I about to say it wasn't 5,000. It was 500,000. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man, I'd show up everywhere. I'm living my best life.
He was, man. He was a jockey. He swam water polo.
Man, got Martha Stewart over there. They dressed alike.
I mean, I love to see it.
Girl and her doggy.
Is that what it was?
It was a girl and her doggy. Man, that dude, hey, he on top of the world.
I mean, this is the same man they were trying to ban. He was murder was the case that they gave him. He was on trial for murder.
So you see, you come back.
Redemption story.
You can come back. That's now a footnote in the story of Snoop.
Yeah, but what I like about Snoop is he didn't really change anything. He still smoked his weed. He still rapped. He still cussed. He still didn't let him holler.
Yeah. But you know what? He did it happily.
Because he was high.
When he was angry, and murder was the case, and he was still angry. He was angry. He was smooth, but he was angry.
He's smooth.
Now he say that same stuff. He's just happy.
He happy now. He should be happy.
He on top of the world.
He on top of the world. He having the best year ever. Snoop. Having the best.
Yeah. He Travis Kelce, you ain't got a chance this year.
Nah.
It's all Snoop. It's Snoop's to lose.
It is. Snoop got this, man. I was like, why is Snoop on it? Then I was like, wow, Snoop is on commercials, the Olympics, everywhere. Snoop.
We got wine with do-rags.
Everything.
Snoop got a children's album, got him reading the Bible. This dude got his hand in everything. Yeah.
Shout out to Snoop, man. What a rebrand.
When Doggy Style came out.
Nobody.
Yeah, man.
Nobody. And if he would come out with an album, he could probably still compete. He wouldn't have to be on the adult contemporary rap.
They better put
chart.
him on
You put him on there?
Yeah.
You put him on adult charts?
Yeah, I put him on adult. He's an adult.
He could still compete. People, I think grandmas know who Snoop is.
They do. So he needs to be on the adult contemporary.
But the little kids know Snoop too.
So I guess, I need to back off from that because that would mean I put Eminem on there too.
Yeah, Eminem dropped the album too this year.
Yeah, he should have picked that back up.
You didn't like it?
It was all right.
That's your boy. That's the greatest of all time.
That don't make him my favorite rapper.
But he's the greatest of all time. Your greatest of all time. And you didn't like the album.
He's the greatest of all time.
But that's another guy who didn't really rebrand.
No, he's still talking about stuff that get everybody else canceled, and he just say it.
But it just don't hit the same, right? Coming from 50-year-old Eminem that did.
Right, and it's like with some of that stuff, you're like, Man, he's just saying that to make people mad.
Yeah. Like, you can't cancel me. Ha ha ha.
And they really can't. He's uncancelable, baby.
Yeah, because nobody cares. Man, I'll be honest, nobody really cares. If people cared, they would even like attack his lyrics. They'd be like, "Oh, this is an outrage."
He's uncancelable.
Is he?
Some people, just like you remember, I know, you remember Coach Price.
Yeah, yeah. Rest in peace. Yeah.
Coach Price could pretty much say whatever he wanted to say for years and years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And people would be like, that's just Coach Price.
Yeah.
And some other folk could say Coach Price stuff and be in trouble.
Standards.
Yeah, Eminem. Now let other folks say Eminem stuff, they'll be in trouble. Eminem, I can say whatever.
It is different because I guess because he started off that way.
Yeah.
From the beginning, he never changed. And interesting. Because he said some stuff on there. I'm like, wow, you still on Christopher Reeves? Well, he's dead. And he's just paralyzed no more. He's dead and paralyzed. Or paralyzed now dead.
I believe he said stuff just to get reactions out of people now.
Wow. Yeah, I listened to it. It was okay.
I mean, that's all it was. It was okay.
It was okay. It was okay, man. I'm not a big Eminem guy, but yeah, you might be right, man. He might be uncancelable. Cancelable. Say it again.
Uncancelable.
Yeah, that. He might be that. He might be that.
Dang. Can't do it, dog.
Yeah, man. All right, bro. You got anything you want to get off your chest, man? Anything going on in the world?
Nah, with so much drama in the LBC.
It's kind of hard.
Being ERIC.
It works.
Ladies and gentlemen, just keep watching. Keep your ears open. Make informed decisions. We got a critical time coming when it comes to voting. That's all I'm gonna say.
Vote.
Yeah, do that too.
And welcome back to school, kids. Get your education.
Better you than me. Go to bed because you got to get up to school.
You got to get up to school in the morning. Gosh. What was your bedtime, man? Do you have a bedtime growing up?
10 o'clock.
On a school night?
Yeah.
That's probably why you stay up so late, man. Mine was like 9.
And then I was still trying to sneak up and watch stuff.
Oh, that's wild, man. Kids, don't follow. Go to sleep, man. 8:30, 9 o'clock.
The older you get, the more you'll appreciate it anyway. So take advantage of it now while you got it.
Yeah, true. And did you have your clothes laid out? Did you do that before on your first day? Make sure your outfit was, laid out and everything ready.
Up until high school.
Then you didn't care. It's like, yeah.
I'm still that dude. It don't matter.
Yeah. Oh, so you didn't care. It was like that, huh?
Yeah, I'm still that dude.
Yeah, I remember one time me and your brother showed up to school with the same shirt on. We went school shopping together and bought the same shirt.
If it was y'all, they would have thought they was playing anyway.
I know, but I was like, man, I pay you to take that off. And $20 he changed.
Yeah, that's him. So how much you say?
$20? I bet.
Yeah, I've heard people would have been like, well, that's just they coordinated. Look at them, they coordinated.
Nah, man, that's still you take the exact same shirt.
That's zesty.
Exactly. They're getting a little too close. We know they're friends and all, but come on now.
Yeah, I don't know about them being friends like that. Look at them. You can't even tell them apart. Look at them. Oh man, how about was that a little jamboree yesterday? And there was these 2 boys. Well, they're not. They're in 9th grade,
right?
And they're identical twins. I never realized they were identical twins. I just knew they was brothers, and it was hard to tell them apart because they look just alike. Well, they look just alike because they're identical twins. So my daughter asked, can people tell y'all apart? These dudes said, one of them said, buy our hats.
What? Was it good serious?
Yes. My rims are bent and his are flat. I mean, that's the only difference between y'all, the two hats.
Not a birthmark.
And that was his answer.
Just the hats.
Yeah. And then the other one said, one of us is always dirty and one of us is always clean.
Dirty and clean twins. Wow.
That was it. That was it, man. I was like, really? That's what we got. Young, that's the only difference y'all got. So young switch hats and your mama don't know who you are.
Yeah, switch hats and take a shower.
This younger generation.
They different, man. I don't think they lay out clothes no more. They just wear hoodies.
That's it. Throw on a hoodie and go.
Some Crocs.
Hoodie and shorts. And Crocs.
I hate that look. It'd be 90 degrees. They be wearing hoodies, man. What's up with that?
Man. It's a different generation. It's a different generation.
They different, man. Hoodies and Crocs. All right, bro. We're gonna get out of here, man. Yeah. Good show as always. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Love you, man.
I love you, man. That's been another episode of Culture No Cap. Please subscribe, like, comment, all the things. Peace.
Peace.